Hey guys, it's Selena.
Fresh on Selena Gomez. No one heard that.
You taught me what Instagram was for the first time ever.
I did.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for supporting me and giving me this opportunity, and I hope to see you in 2010.
Word is, it is over. Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez have called it quits.
Joining us now is Chloe Melas from HollywoodLife.com. Thanks for being with us.
A lot of people think that this is the first time that they've broken up, but that's not true.
Music's been a passion of mine, and so I'm really excited to start this, and I wanted to document it. So I hope you guys enjoy going on this journey with me, and hope you have fun.
When a parent finds exploitation funny, there is usually something much more sinister laying beneath the surface.
Selena Gomez's camp has just revealed that she entered rehab and that her parents were actually the ones that pushed her to seek help because they felt that she was partying way too much. RadioOnline.com, though, is reporting that Selena Gomez was actually abusing the prescription drug Xanax.
This is Selena Gomez. I was just calling back from my Say Now.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
Oh my god, hi!
Hi, what's your name? How are you?
I'm talking to you. Hi, I'm good, how are you?
I'm wonderful. What's your name, sweetie?
Look at me. The only way I got where I am is by cooking food. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me, Selena?
Please do not send any hate or honestly comments of any kind to anyone mentioned in this video on behalf of me or yourself. The purpose of this video is to give my commentary and opinion on matters of public concern. Thank you.
Selena Marie Gomez was born in Grand Prairie, Texas on July 22, 1992. Her mother was 16 years old when Selena was born, and they struggled financially throughout Selena's young life. Selena's grandparents would pitch in to help raise her until she found success in show business.
My teacher said I gotta do all this stuff again. I gotta do it by myself.
Now, before Selena was the most followed person on Instagram and licking Benny Blanco books, she began her career as an actress on Barney and Friends in 2002 and enjoyed a spot on the show until she became too old 1 year later.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
No.
You're only child?
Yes.
And what do you think you want to do when you graduate from high school someday? Would you go to college, or would you just want to...
Well, yeah, I go to college, but I'm trying to get into my singing career and my acting career.
You sing too?
Yeah, but it's like I have vocal lessons and stuff like that. But I want to do that when I get older. I want to be both, you know,
Do
like
you
Britney.
dance too?
Yeah, I don't take dance lessons, but I like to. I do routines all the time. So yeah, but yeah, me and my friends always love to just dance around and be silly.
Were you born here in Austin?
No, I was born in Grand Prairie, Texas, in Dallas.
And do you have these favorite television shows? Like, what do you like to watch?
I like Lizzie McGuire.
You do?
I like That's So Raven.
She would go on to star in several iconic Disney shows and on to date her first true love, teen pop sensation Justin Bieber.
I'm excited to see Beyonce too.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out, babe. All right, James, what's going on where you are?
Now, this relationship would eventually become tumultuous, in part from the extreme pressure put on these kids from the media and their management, and in part because all that media meddling was due to a deliberate interference by a coven of maniacal lunatics. Intentionally and incestuously hungering for the flesh and fresh-faced innocence of a certain young Bieber.
I'm getting straight A's, so I'm doing good.
But that's a story for another day. Today, we're here to talk about some alarming patterns. You know, since we've been talking about the web and all that, you know, we've been noticing a few things that are very similar between, for example, Kanye West, Britney Spears, Bam Margera, Amanda Bynes, and others. So now we're going to add Justin Bieber and, importantly, Selena Gomez to the mix. The year is 2008, and like a 16-year-old Selena Gomez is in the 6th year of her acting career. She's starring in one of Disney Channel's most recognizable and successful original series ever, The Wizards of Waverly Place. At that point, she had developed a massive and monumental fan base.
Today, I will be calling some of my fans back from my Say Now number, and I'm really excited.
So she was already being groomed to transition from child star into adult entertainer.
There are people in my generation who have gone from child star to adult star. I am the first in the generation. It is very scary, but someone's got to do it.
And Selena Gomez was following a very similar pattern to one we've seen before.
Disney Channel's popular show Wizards of Waverly Place. Please welcome Selena Gomez. How you doing?
Thank you.
We have some early pictures of you
Oh, gosh.
on the Barney show. Now, you're from Texas.
Yes, I am.
And Barney, how did you get to audition for Barney?
That was a Texas-based show, wasn't
Yes,
it?
that's
Really?
like probably the only thing that's in Texas.
I never knew that.
I know.
Barney from Texas.
Oh my gosh, there you are, a baby Selena.
And here's, and here you are up here.
Yeah, that's my best friend, Demi Lovato. She was on your show.
That's right.
But
Demi's
that's you
over
up there.
here.
What, you know.
That's me.
Yeah.
And that's, oh goodness
And where's
gracious.
Demi Lovato?
Demi is right there.
That's it. There it is.
Oh, it was so much fun. It was kind of like our version of the Mickey Mouse Club, I guess. But I learned everything from Barney. I learned, what a camera, prop is and everything. And plus I learned my manners, so I guess that's good too.
Yeah. Sometime that year, Selena began her transition from actress to pop star by signing with Disney's in-house record label, Hollywood Records.
Do you have a pen? Do you have a pen? I'm about to sign my record deal. My first record ever. Can you believe that? Okay, what time is it? It's 9:25 p.m. And what's today's date? The 10th. I'm gonna sign it. Here's my contract right here. I'm going to sign. Yes. Who is that? Who is that? All right. Sign here. I did it. Look. Look.
And Selena would not be the only person to do so. This was actually the record label that Miley Cyrus broke out of Disney stardom with. Although she did have the help of Larry Rudolph, but again, story for another day. We're gonna have and I always say if I made that one web video, it'd be 9 hours long. That is a gross underestimation. I think it would be 19. 9 hours would be cutting stuff out still.
Also, I wonder who, her manager was her mom, right, at this time?
At this time, Selena Gomez's mom was her manager, and at some point her stepdad also was her manager, co-manager with her mom. So yes, Selena was a sort of homegrown, born in Texas, regular girl whose mom was managing her through all of this stuff, yeah. And she's competing against the likes of literally Miley Cyrus and Taylor Swift, whose parents are massively well-resourced, famous in their own right in Miley's case. So it really does kind of set the stage of what Selena was kind of dealing with in the context.
It was like Britney.
When I get older, I want to be both, like Britney too.
Selena Gomez is Britney Spears 2.0 in this essay, I Will. So let's beep, 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 2009. Fast forward to the next year, it's 2009. And this would prove to be one of the most important, impactful years in Selena Gomez's life to date. For one, 2009 was the year that Selena finally did meet a young Justin Bieber for the first time. Now, at that time, she was dating someone else. I think it was Nick Jonas or something, some other bless his heart, arranged marriage, through the system, pawn. But anyway, 2009, so she's dating Nick Jonas, but she did meet Justin Bieber that year. And the story goes that Justin had a crush on her. That was his celebrity crush.
When's the album coming out?
It is coming out late September, early October.
Talking about music and rap and a diabolical plot to steal Nick Jonas's girlfriend. Who's one person that you have a crush on with?
I have a crush on Selena Gomez. No one heard that.
Oh, you bet your ass we heard that, you mini me and rhyme significant other stealer. Cause this was back in 2009 and Selena...
She was dating one of the Jonas Brothers at the time.
Yes, Nick Jonas!
And Scooter Braun, his manager at the time, Justin Bieber goes up to Scooter, who had signed him under his own record label, and is like, I want to meet this celebrity crush, Selena Gomez. And then they arrange a meeting between the managers. And again, the manager is Selena's mom. So Selena's mom gets a call from Scooter Braun, and the kids meet at that point, 2009. They didn't start dating immediately, obviously, but we will pick back up on this storyline in just a few minutes. So the same year she met Justin Bieber for the first time, Selena also formed a pop punk band called Selena Gomez and the Scene.
Somewhere down the road.
But for the beginning, when the little girls were like, can I have Selena Gomez's CD?
Right. It'll still have your
It'll say Selena Gomez and the Scene on the packaging. Cool.
You need to tell Ethan that.
So you are the Scene. They freak out. What? They love the Scene.
We like the Scene.
We just didn't know that it was going to be that we get to associate with part of the band name.
Yeah,
You're the
like
Scene.
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Yeah, or there's a lot of blah in the blah.
Cool.
Tom Petty and the
It'd be
Heartbreakers.
funny.
She's funny for that. She said they called it that because people were making fun of her for liking pop punk music and liking it, and she was like, they were calling her a poser on the scene, and she was like, fine, I'm gonna name a whole band The Scene.
I love that.
She's funny. I like her. So she formed this band under Disney's label, Hollywood Records.
I have Polaroids of pictures of boys, and it's weird.
That's it.
Look at this.
Okay, so Casey is on guitar.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
And apparently she was a huge pop punk fan, but I don't know if that's actually true, because there's somebody in this video off screen kind of coaching her on what the names of these pop punk bands are.
You know, I was Fall Out Boy, I was the Forever the Sickest Kids, Paramore.
So anyway, 2009 she starts this band, Selena Gomez and The Scene, and apparently her dream, her lifelong dream, was always to be in a band. But unfortunately for Selena, the Disney-owned record label she was signed to was pushing back on the idea of her being in a band for branding reasons. I mean, they had put a lot of time, effort, and more importantly, money into building up this brand of Selena Gomez.
Hey, I'm Selena Gomez from Wizards of Waverly Place, and you're watching Disney Channel.
And they didn't want her to just be in a band without her name on it, and so that's how they ended up coming up with the name Selena Gomez and The Scene.
I wanted a band because I wanted to be a little different.
Got some blue going on.
Everybody thinks, oh, you're going to be a solo artist and typical, it's ordinary. But I loved bands, and it's always been a dream of mine to be in a band. So I figured I could try to do something similar to that. My label really didn't want me to have a band because I do have a fan base that know me as Selena Gomez. I tried to find a happy medium with them. That's why we kind of went with Selena Gomez and The. Maybe for future records, once I establish my actual band and me as a musician, maybe I can just be The Scene. But as of now, I'm really happy with the path I chose.
Allegedly. I don't believe none of this they tell us. I don't believe nothing. I'm not even calling her a liar. I'm just saying I've seen NSYNC try to stick to one origin story, and it kind of gives a little bit of that. So later that same year that the band was formed, they would go on to put out their first album, which did enjoy some moderate success, but it wasn't chart-topping by any means.
We just want to make sure everything sounds good before we go on stage. So basically, we're checking everything.
Making sure this is on.
Singing. All right, that was awkward. But now we're doing sound check. Yay!
Yeah.
First sound check.
Yeah.
Yay! Air high.
So this band, Selena Gomez and The Scene, would release yet another album in 2010 and yet another album in 2011. Now the 2011 album was called When the Sun Goes Down, and this one was indisputably the most successful of the 3 albums that she would make with the band. Now in my opinion, this era right here was whenever Selena Gomez really started to make a true name for herself in the pop music scene. This album actually is where that song, which one is it? Is where that song, I Love You Like a Love Song, came from. I love you like I love. Indisputable, elite gold level, gold tier pop bop. So this is kind of where I think Selena started slithering out of this pop punk kitsch and into real certified pop. She had put out 3 albums also. I mean, her discography was growing very rapidly. And she also had been practicing and perfecting her live stage performances along the way. So basically, Selena Marie Gomez was becoming a major and serious contender in the pop scene. Not just pop punk, not just child star, but legitimate actual contender within the pop scene. And we know how that goes. So fun fact, speaking of pop girlies, did you know that this 2011 supposed alleged pop punk album was actually co-written by Britney Spears?
During the conservatorship?
Isn't that fantastically fascinating? That she couldn't be trusted by a court of law to enter in her own legally binding contracts, but she could co-write an entire album for an up-and-coming Disney star. Her most successful album to date. Yeah, and support entire villages. Impressive and inspiring, to say the least. Okay, so by 2012, Selena Gomez was 10 years into her entertaining career. She had been starting acting 10 years ago. And 1 year into her public relationship with teen heartthrob Justin Bieber, the Wizards of Waverly Place show had officially ended its run on the Disney Channel after 4 successful seasons. And even though Selena had begun what appeared to be a promising music career with the Scene band she put together 3 years earlier, she did announce in January 2012 that she would be taking a break from music, and she put the band on hold. It was basically on a hiatus indefinitely. So fast forward to the next year, 2013, and even though Wizards of Waverly Place had been canceled, Selena would revive the role of Alex Russo once again in 2013 for a Wizards of Waverly Place movie called The Wizards Return: Alex vs. Alex. Now this aired on Disney Channel, and Selena Gomez actually was an executive producer of this movie. So that was cute, that was cool or whatever. Right in the midst of, no wonder she needed to put her music on hold, she was doing a movie and producing it. She was in a bunch of movies during this time, including Hotel Transylvania, and I mean there's like 2 paragraphs of movies and projects she was in during this time.
But maybe wavy, it's not safe, blah, blah, blah.
That's pretty good.
That's really cute. Good job.
Woo! She was still very much so an actress during this time, and she was kind of starting to try out a little bit more adult roles, but they weren't really getting as critical acclaim. I think probably because she had such a Disney kid actor style and had trained in that style for so long that it probably was difficult for her to know how to, she was probably learning how to act in a different way.
Like I was like, oh no, they're really, really into this right now. Like this threesome is really happening in front of my face. But
Harmony and James had talked about doing that scene 2 weeks or a month before, and they told me 5 minutes before I shot it. So I was terrified, but it was more of having the comfort of James being super supportive and giving me an incredible performance that I just wanted to be on his level with. So it was more that he was challenging me, and he just, when it was over and done, he just gave me a big hug, and it was really encouraging because it was a very scary scene to shoot.
What would you say to your Disney audience who's gonna go see this movie?
Well, they probably won't be allowed. Well, they probably won't be allowed in because it's a rated R. Honestly, it's such an obvious thing and an obvious question. It is a question that is being asked a lot. At the end of the day, though, we're entertainers. You know, we love what we do. Acting is a passion, especially for, I know, Vanessa as well. And we wanted to do something that was going to be, take us to that place that we were passionate about. And these girls are so supportive. So in a way, it's super easy for us to differentiate that we are who we are speaking to you. And then in the movie, we're playing a character. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what we're really doing, is playing a character. And you know, my Wizards episode airs tonight, I think.
Yeah.
So I kind of have a little balance of both going on. I don't know, I think at the end of the day we're proud of this movie. We really are, and the decision we made, we stand by and we love it.
Like, one of the criticisms of one of the roles that she played was that she was a kid trying to pretend to act like an adult, which is a criticism that we've had of JoJo Siwa, trying to make the same transition from child star to adult entertainer. Still to this day, she looks young. So she put the Scene band music, the Scene, Selena Gomez and the Scene was put on hold in 2012. So even though Selena did claim that she was taking a break from music back in 2012, she would revive this music career the very next year, announcing a solo debut album in March 2013. So she basically just kind of kicked the Scene band to the curb. Hope they're getting their royalties, girls. Let's stream Love You Like a Love Song. R.I.P. the Scene.
All right, so you've got the brand new album on the way, Stars Dance.
Yes.
Where did the title come from?
Well, it's actually a name of the song on the album. So it was Rock Mafia's
Karma's a Beep was originally written by Antonia Armato, Tim James, and Desmond Child, and was produced by Rock Mafia.
Rock Mafia is a producer that I've worked with for ever since my first album, Naturally, Love You Like a Love Song. They've been with me forever. So they kind of have this feel with me where I'm just more in a great time in my life, and they wrote this song for me. So it's beautiful. It's actually, in the song, the lyric is, I can make the stars dance, which is basically, you know, being confident, wanting to make sure that you can exude that, and it's a really beautiful song. So I decided to name the record that.
So March 2013, she announces her solo album, and then the next month, April 2013, her first big major smash hit song from this album, the lead single from the album, does come out, and that is Come and Get It. Insert montage. I don't know, we probably gonna get copyright struck. She's giving Bollywood, Nicole Scherzinger, You Are My Destiny, Bindi, Lenga. She's doing like traditional. It's very cute. I really like Selena Gomez. You're never gonna make me not like her. Like, I like her. I didn't even know a lot of this stuff till I was researching it because she was like a slightly behind my time, you know, like she was on Disney Channel when I was graduating high school and going to college. So it wasn't really, and I was fully ass in college when Wizards of Waverly Place was on TV, so she was a little behind my time, although we are not that far apart in age. We're only 2 years apart in age, but it just I wasn't the audience for the Waverly Place. Even though I haven't been a huge fan of her art, obsessed with it or whatever, there's songs I like and I like her, and there will be no disparagement of Selena Gomez in my presence. So she comes out with Come and Get It, and for the first time finally in her music career, which I don't know how many albums the girl done put out, I don't know how many songs the girl done put out at this point, but finally, thank God, she busts into the top 10 on the Billboard Top 200 or whatever. And then a few months later, she puts out the full album, which is the first album that she had to go to number 1. So the song comes out at premiere, it debuts at number 6, which is very respectable. And then a couple months later, she puts out the full album featuring that song, and it debuts at number 1. And it was a record. It was a record-setting number 1 album. Taylor Swift had set the record in 2010 as the youngest, what is it? Let me make sure I'm saying the right thing. The youngest solo artist, not the youngest female, the youngest any gender solo artist to be number 1, to debut at number 1 on the Billboard Top whatever in the hell. Taylor Lynn Swift, she held that record for 3 years. 3 years later, here comes Selena Gomez with her first debut solo album ever. She busted wide open Taylor Swift's album sales. Yes, she did. I'm not sure she could do that today, but that's something I didn't realize. So in my opinion, it really does show you this was not a little kitschy, little silly, little pop career. The girl debuted at she broke a record with the record. My conspiracy theory is that she was pandering to a certain demographic that has billions of people across the globe, but girl, I loved it. I thought it was cute. She can do no wrong in my eyes. Okay, so then what happened? Not only did she set the record with that, but the next year she would also win Pop Music Video of the Year at the VMAs.
Best Pop Video. Selena Gomez, Come and Get It.
Actual Moon Man, thank you so much. This has been such a great year for me, and I wouldn't have done it without you guys, so thank you so much. This is so cool. Thank you.
So again, serious contender in the pop music scene, kind of right off the bat. As soon as she stopped trying to pretend like she was trying to be in a pop punk band, basically.
And they were still letting her win awards.
She was winning awards. Yes, she was. They were letting her. It's 2013. Selena is well on her way to becoming pop star royalty, and she had the God-given beauty, talent, and charisma to take it all the way. But this type of undeniable natural talent and ability combined with a track record for success always invites jealous, bloodthirsty snakes and miserable, opportunistic, energy-sucking vampire demons who simply don't have the range. And Selena Marie Gomez would unfortunately not be an exception to this ancient and irreversible truth.
We're here to check out Selena.
Be careful with that Justin Bieber.
So to recap, Selena's finally done with being a child actor on Disney Channel. She released her Come and Get It single in early 2013 to enormous success. And by summer 2013, she had released her solo album that debuted at number 1 and broke records. Her natural talents, gifts, and abilities were propelling her to certified superstardom and allowing her to transition seamlessly from child to adult star. And on top of that, she was universally adored, having the full support of basically the entire world, and was in a long-standing relationship with fellow pop royalty, Justin Bieber. And all this success and happiness would start to attract the evil-eyed jealousy and desperation of less talented and less entertaining muskrats throughout Hollywood and the entertainment industry as a whole. Like even by December 2012, before her debut single and album even came out, we already had these mean-spirited, glorified YouTubers masquerading as news sources, trying to smear Selena Gomez's good name on their little channels and blogs. Sponsored by Pfizer and BlackRock, I'm sure. They literally cannot stand it to see a pretty and talented young woman be successful. Take it from me, I know firsthand. I literally know firsthand from Chloe Mayloss herself because she sicked her stupid, ridiculous, dumb, low IQ bodyguard on me at about 4 o'clock in the morning one morning outside of the Stanley Mosque courthouse, and I have it on video and it's on my Instagram account if you want to see it. Chloe Mayloss' security right here.
You can
sit here all day.
I will be sitting all day. And he was being racist to Prim. He asked my fiance, who's not born in the United States, where he's from, could he speak English, could he understand English. It was racist and xenophobic, and that is Chloe Maylos's bodyguard. At least it was at CNN Girl. I don't know, she done moved to NBC, and it's probably because she's a glorified tabloid artist. She should have never been at CNN. She shouldn't be at NBC, but honestly, it's par for the course. Let me get back to my Selena Gomez story. Like I said, people like the likes of Chloe Maylos can literally not stand it to see a beautiful, talented woman being happy and successful. They can't stand it. They have to come around like little ants to a goddamn Fanta and suck it all up or something. So I wasn't really particularly surprised to see the likes of Chloe Maylos in particular talking shit about Selena Gomez and kind of antagonizing their very normal relationship woes.
She's also dealing with the stress of having her good friend Demi Lovato unfollow her on Twitter. And then to rub salt into the wounds, Taylor Swift had the beach party of like a lifetime this weekend, invited 9 other girls, and poor Selena wasn't there.
Well, Bonnie, meanwhile, though, Selena Gomez has posted a photo of herself on a lake with a caption that says something about her ending there. And then Justin Bieber posted a photo of himself in the woods. I don't know about you, Bill.
Yeah, and Clever News with the 2 V's. Now defunct, I think. But I gotta admit, even though I wasn't surprised to see Chloe Maylos in the mix, I was surprised to see just how much this Mockingbird shill, who we've seen, would turn up over the course of my research into Selena Gomez particularly. I was also surprised to see how much insider information Chloe Bird seemed to have. And I couldn't help but wonder, who were these inside sources? And why were they why were they spilling secrets about Selena Gomez to anybody? And why in particular were these inside sources spilling the tea to the likes of HollywoodLife.com, Chloe Maylos? That just started in like 2009 by this lady, Bonnie Fuller. We could get into that whole thing later, but it's obvious that it was a Us Weekly plant shill. They were trying to make their presence on YouTube known.
So this weekend, Justin went off to Miami with Chantel Jeffries in tow, partied on a yacht. There were 3 other girls on the yacht, and Selena stayed behind in LA. They were officially broken up.
And shaped, like now at this point, I'm paranoid. I think everybody's a YouTube plant. I might even be. The big corporation that's backing me is myself. LLC. If I was a plant, I wouldn't be getting sued like this girl. Check the federal lawsuits. Anyway, so back to Chloe Maylos, weirdo. It's like she was literally obsessed with Selena's innermost personal affairs for years.
Pretty steamy details about their sex life.
Anyway, like I said, as early as December 2012, we see Chloe Marie Mockingbird shill Maylos on the Wendy Williams show of all places, talking about Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez breaking up.
Here to share some juicy celebrity stories from HollywoodLife.com. Please welcome our friend, Chloe Maylos. Let's talk Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. So what's the tea?
All right, so remember Wendy, Justin and Selena broke up because Justin was hanging out with some Victoria's Secret models. Remember that?
Yes.
All right. So Selena felt like she couldn't trust Justin, but now he's been hanging out with somebody else. But it's not a girl, it's actually Selena's ex-boyfriend, Nick Jonas. And she's really upset about it, and these two are possibly recording some music together. And Selena felt like, you know what, Justin's really disrespecting me again, so she dumped him, and she won't answer his phone calls, and he's reportedly calling her crying, begging her to give him another chance, and she's just not having it anymore. She can't trust him, and listen, why would your guy be hanging out with your ex-boyfriend? That's never a good sign. It looks like Justin's just trying to stir up some trouble. So Selena has been hanging out with her bestie, Taylor Swift, and Taylor is trying to get her to date one of the guys from One Direction.
A
little revenge romance here.
First, I get confused. Is Nick the one on the Married to Jonas show that was on E? Is he the married one?
No, he's not the married one. That's Kevin.
Yeah, okay.
But Nick is the baby, and Nick and Selena dated for 2 years. They had a bad breakup, and so Justin has no business going around hanging out with Nick Jonas.
Yeah,
I
this
don't
wasn't
think
just
so.
a random hookup. This was a 2-year relationship. Yeah, you're right.
He knew all about that.
Yeah.
So he's calling Selena up crying, begging her to give him another chance. It's the holidays. It might be a good time. She's probably feeling sentimental and vulnerable. I mean, he did rent out the Staples Center for her a year ago, so maybe she wants a nice Christmas gift, possibly. So.
But she has her own money. She can buy her own gift.
This is true.
Let's hang out with Taylor and put the top down and wear red lipstick and pick up boys.
Yeah.
That's the better idea. Yeah, I like
Never, ever getting back together, just like Taylor's song.
Exactly.
Right.
Love that song.
Then again, a month later, Relentless, she's back again on Wendy Williams, talking again about Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber. And this time it's about Justin Bieber maybe was cheating on her or something, which again, how even on earth would Chloe Malos even know that at HollywoodLife.com? Who was telling her that Justin Bieber cheated on Selena Gomez is what I want to know. Or was anybody?
Nice outfit, Chloe.
Thank you.
Welcome back. So let's talk Justin Bieber.
Oh, Wendy, this is just getting worse and worse, okay? I'm a huge believer, and I really loved him with Selena Gomez. I felt like they had a great relationship together, but as you know, these two just can't seem to stay together. They keep breaking up and getting back together, and there is a new report out that he cheated on her, allegedly, with a girl, and here's the thing.
That model girl.
Well, okay, so there was that Victoria's Secret model, Barbara Palvin, right? He went with her to see The Lion King while they were in New York back in November. But there's a new report out there that he hooked up with another girl, and the same morning, the same day that they allegedly hooked up, he was with Selena Gomez that morning. So...
And what's this I'm hearing about Kyle Jenner in the mix?
Okay, Kylie Jenner, okay, there's a photo that's circulating that has, you know, a picture of her kissing Justin Bieber and they're holding hands, but it's not real, it's Photoshopped. So he might date a Kardashian one day, you know, she's like part Kardashian, but not anytime soon. But here's the thing, so Justin has a new best friend named Little Twist, and he's this rapper from Texas, he's 18, but it seems like Justin gets into a lot of trouble when he hangs out with him. There were those photos of him allegedly smoking possibly something that he shouldn't have been, and he was with Little Twist, and then when he possibly hooked up with this new girl, he was with Little Twist. So there's a lot of people who think that maybe Little Twist isn't good for our Biebs.
Maybe Justin is really showing his true self. He's only 18 years old. He's supposed to be hooking up with several girls.
Okay, well listen, so Selena Gomez was just here in New York. She had this big UNICEF event, and she sang 2 songs at this charity event. Justin Timberlake's Cry Me a River.
She sang.
And Taylor Swift's I Knew You Were Trouble. Now, Wendy, those are 2 big breakup songs. So she is sending a message to Justin saying, you know what, I am moving on and I'm done with you. Clearly, maybe these alleged affairs had something to do with it.
An affair is when you're married.
Okay, well, you know what, I thought that they were.
She's so cute too, that Selena Gomez. She'll have no problem moving on.
Yeah, she's great.
Okay.
Is it just lies? She was just citing a source. What source? We don't know. I mean, it was basically like a TMZ came to life and started talking, and it looks like Chloe Malos. And somehow they got a job in CNN. They don't even try to pretend like it's real news no more. Anyway, back to Selena Gomez, much more talented and much more palatable to speak about and think about. And has more than cotton candy on top her head, girl. She announces this solo project in March. The Come and Get It single is released the next month. A couple months later, the full album comes out. And basically that entire year, Selena was doing promo for this album and these singles. She's going on all the daytime shows, all the nighttime shows, all the little VMA, Billboard, this, that, and the other. And she's performing her song, very often in a bindi and a langa. Na, 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 na. I love her. Somebody tried to tell me one time that she can't sing, and I about to had a conniption. Please, please, please. In the same universe where Taylor Swift was singing things like, "You belong with me," and you're gonna tell me Selena Gomez can't? Please, y'all. Please. Although Taylor's voice has come a very long way in 15 years. But so has technology to auto-tune and things. Anyway, so it's obvious that if you just look at Selena's 2013 promotional performances from this time, at the very least, her audio technician team was utterly incompetent. At the worst, they were intentionally sabotaging Selena's performances to either make her look bad to the public or to crush her spirits, or maybe both.
It's Selena Gomez!
Everybody come and get it.
So, despite the fact that her sound team couldn't get theirs together, that did not stop Selena from embarking on her first solo world tour in August 2013. But by 2 months later, in October 2013, the signs were all there that Selena was completely fed up with this and that her team was not only not seeming to work to support her success, but they might be actively working against her. After a regularly scheduled tour stop in Brooklyn, New York in October 2013, Selena would post a picture of herself crying on social media, along with a caption saying she was pissed because, quote, they wouldn't, quote, allow her to Instagram tonight.
Selena captioned this teary-eyed photo with this: "Never ended such a beautiful show in tears because they wouldn't allow me to Instagram tonight."
Whatever that means. And the very next day, she would have another public audio fiasco. She was promoting the tour and her new single on the regular shill circuit and made an expected and predictable stop at The View.
What is a typical night, a girl night with you and Taylor Swift?
Well, it depends. It's usually in her kitchen baking something that's really unhealthy and then just like dancing like we're 5 years old. But if we go to award shows, those always can be...
You don't eat the unhealthy things, do you?
No, I do. I do 13 choreographed shows and I'm like exhausted. I'm like, I can feel it. I gotta unzip my costume after I get off stage and just sit there.
I see you guys always sitting together and everything.
Unsurprisingly, the microphone malfunctioned there too. The audio setup was actually so bad that she didn't even get to perform at all before the host came, physically snatched the microphone out of her hand, and then they had to reset the whole set, and now you can't barely find that clip anywhere. It was like embedded in this other clever news clip.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to sing Slow Down off her new CD, Stars Dance. Please welcome back Selena Gomez.
Oh, just kidding. I was like, oh, no, just kidding. I can't hear. Oh, okay. Is that what it was? Okay.
I was scared too because of how we were going. I'm like, I can't hear myself.
What time did y'all have to get up? What time did y'all have to get up?
Selena would eventually get to perform the song after that fiasco, but you can understand why the girl was on the verge of tears during that time. She was not even able to, she did all this work. She wasn't even able to stand up and perform her song. She was there, she was doing it, and people couldn't figure out how to freaking turn on a damn microphone or play the damn song when it was supposed to start playing. One time Britney went on in Vegas and said, "It feels illegal to have a microphone that works."
Honestly, without the music and just the mic, it kind of feels illegal.
Guys, it feels illegal!
Like it's quiet right now. And it feels kind of illegal doing this with this mic in my hand right now. It feels so weird. Okay, so.
Also, that's the same month that Kim and Kanye got engaged, which might not seem important right now, but in a couple videos to come, you're gonna realize why the Kim Kardashian saga does intertwine with this timeline. So that all was kind of going down in October, but it really was a build-up. I mean, it really was building up all these mic performances and all these snafus and things. But Selena soldiered on, continuing to perform almost nightly on her world tour and making time to perform and promote the tour and single on daytime and nighttime talk shows, often fielding invasive and weird questions of inappropriate old coots with no boundaries.
You dating boys now?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
No.
Now, I remember last time you were here, you were with Justin Bieber. And
I was with a Justin Bieber.
Well, yeah, you were with Justin Bieber. And is that's not going on now?
No, I'm
You're
single.
Fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
I'm
I think,
so good.
Good, yeah.
But it would all come to a head on one final show of humiliation thrust upon Selena by the entire entertainment industry at the 2013 Jingle Ball concert. So Jingle Ball isn't just a Selena Gomez concert. It is a major concert featuring all the who's who of music, especially the up-and-comings, and it would include 2 former Disney stars who were also trying to break out of the Disney mold into adult pop star status. Miley Jean Cyrus and Ariana Marie Grande. I just gave them Southern names. I don't know. They're all Marie now. I don't know. Lou Marie Taylor. Her name is Mary. Lou Mary. I'm gonna call him Justin Marie Bieber later too. Okay. So at this Jingle Ball, as usual, as expected, Selena's microphone didn't work again. And this time there was a loud AF backing track screaming over the speakers that made it seem like she might be lip syncing. Something she obviously doesn't need to do. She had an understandable outburst on stage, finally, after months of this sabotage. She screamed the F word, which made her entirely more relatable to me and sealed her as icon status in my mind. Before she then sweetly tried to explain to the audience that her microphone didn't work and the music didn't work. And poor broken down Selena, bless her heart, then she starts kind of like apologizing and self-deprecating herself in front of the crowd because I think she was just worn down and beat down. She's like, I know there's a lot more cooler people here tonight. I really appreciate you guys letting me come and sing my songs. They're like, you'll just please listen. I have only two more songs. And then if you listen to them, you'll be able to hear, the people you came here to hear. Like, she's basically been convinced by someone that nobody wants to hear her songs. That horrifying ordeal was played up even further in the tabloid media, including Chloe Shill Mayloss, HollywoodLife.com, as well as Clever with 2V's news YouTube channel.
Selena Gomez is usually so quaint and composed, but everyone loses their cool once in a while. That once in a while came for Selena on December 6th when her set at the Kiss FM Jingle Ball in LA ran into some serious audio issues while she was singing her hit song, Come and Get It. And now it's the F-bomb heard around the world right after Selena finished a sound malfunction. She clearly and audibly said, what the F, not realizing that her microphone was live and it was all caught on tape.
These shameless freaks would create more mean girl competition between Selena and her former Disney contemporaries, posting YouTube videos like this one.
This embarrassing moment clearly reveals that Selena was lip-syncing along to a track. She actually stormed off stage, came back, finished the song, promised to come back and sing another song, but she did not. She was visibly angry, and an eyewitness tells HollywoodLife.com that this actually resembled what happened to Ashley Simpson when she was caught lip-syncing during SNL. Everybody in Hollywood is talking about what Selena did at the concert and the fact that she totally lost her composure. Now, another singer that took the stage shortly after Selena was none other than Ariana Grande, who has actually become very close with Selena's ex-boyfriend Justin Bieber because she went on tour with him for a bit. Now, when she took to the stage, she also had some audio issues, and when she did, she spoke out to the audience and said, well, at least you can tell that I'm not singing along to a track. Now, many people thought that that was a diss aimed directly at Selena. Ariana later took to Twitter to defend herself, saying everybody just needs to chill out because she wasn't dissing Selena Gomez. She was simply just referring to the audio issues.
Fanning the flames and accusing Selena of lip syncing and saying that Ariana Grande was apparently throwing shade, which there's no proof of. It's literally just stoking the fight, stoking the flames or whatever. And I think literally trying, just like they did to Britney, to drive Selena into insanity, to gaslight her into a mental institution. I really think that's what they were trying to do. Chloe Mayloss should be arrested for that. Karma's up, and it looks like my video. Actually, Ariana Grande wasn't on Disney.
Nickelodeon.
She was Nickelodeon.
She's a Dan Schneider.
Right. Well, Miley was Disney, and right. So these are child stars. So I still think the point remains. It's still a little girl from the kid channel trying to become a pop star. Anyway, later that same month, December 2013, Selena would cancel the remaining stops of her world tour, and the reported reasoning was so-called exhaustion, which sounds extremely familiar, which we've seen.
The 1-year-old megastar has decided to completely cancel the Australian leg of her Stars Dance tour. The singer released a statement for her Aussie fans earlier today saying, quote, "My fans are so important to me and I would never want to disappoint them, but it's become clear to me and those close to me that after many years of putting my work first, I need to spend some time on myself in order to be the best person I can be." Then Selena finished off her message by adding this note for her fans, saying, "I sincerely apologize and I hope you guys know how much each and every one of you mean to me."
They stopped Kanye West right in the middle of a world tour for exhaustion, then locked him up against his will, drugged him out of his mind, and he's never been the same since. I think we can all agree on that.
Kanye West is hospitalized today after a string of several bizarre recent incidents.
Kanye West canceled his concert here in LA tonight just hours after ranting and then walking off the stage in Sacramento.
They want to monetize and traumatize.
I'm Dr. Michael Farzam, CEO and founder of House Call Dr. Los Angeles.
It's the 911 call made the night Kanye West suffered a mental breakdown.
You're his doctor, sir, is that correct? Yes, correct.
West was at his trainer Harley Pasternak's home when police responded to a medical welfare call.
Kanye's personal physician, Dr. Michael Farzam, called 911 after the singer acted erratically at his trainer's house.
He was threatened. This is a trainer. Come to find out, he was actually Canadian intelligence, but this is my trainer. You and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same. They wanted to medicate me every day.
Dr. Farzam is a concierge physician who makes house calls in his BMW.
Realized like they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue.
I spend on average about 45 minutes to an hour with each patient, and I don't have to be burdened by the red tape.
They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name.
So just a few weeks after she canceled the remainder of her world tour, this would be January 2014, news reports start swirling around that Selena had checked into a, quote, rehab facility in Arizona called Dawn at the Meadows.
The news that Selena Gomez secretly checked into rehab last month for 2 weeks. Fans were wondering what was up when she suddenly canceled the last leg of her 2013 world tour, and now we know why. ABC's Bazi Kanani has the story.
The 21-year-old revealing she checked herself into this Arizona rehab facility last month, reportedly for exhaustion. Gomez's rep telling ABC News Selena voluntarily spent time at Meadows, but not for substance abuse.
At the time, it was reported that Dawn at the Meadows was a residential treatment facility for people 18 to 26 years old who were struggling with emotional trauma, addiction, or dual diagnosis concerns.
All I could do was cry. I just couldn't believe what was happening.
For decades, the Meadows has been a go-to hideaway for athletes and entertainers seeking to fight addictions. The Me Too movement has thrust the Wickenburg Clinic into the public spotlight, with Hollywood A-listers Kevin Spacey and Harvey Weinstein reportedly checking in for sex addiction treatment.
Now to new developments in the Hollywood scandal involving Harvey Weinstein.
Kevin Spacey is apologizing after another actor accused him of an unwanted sexual advance.
As the Meadows built its reputation, a secret was kept hidden from the public view. Pat Melody, who founded the Meadows and ran it for 30 years, was accused of having sex with an employee at the Meadows, a woman who not only worked there as a nurse, but whom he also treated as a patient. His wife, Pia Melody, still worked at the Meadows as of 2018 and is responsible for developing the core therapy used there today. She was accused in a lawsuit of turning a blind eye to the sex. In court documents unearthed by the Arizona Republic, Pat and Pia Melody admitted the sex took place, but they claimed it was consensual. The 1988 lawsuit accused the Melodies of harassment, battery, wrongful termination, invasion of privacy, and malpractice. The former nurse who sued them, 74-year-old Ruth Hinkle, told the Arizona Republic she was a victim.
Sometimes I wish I could just tell them all, just where to go. And the pain that they have put me through all these years. Afraid to meet anybody, afraid to see somebody.
She said her life was crushed by the Melodies and what happened at the Meadows.
So they'd say, well, what should we do? And so I'd make up what they should do, because that was easy. And then I'd go home and do it, because I didn't want to be a part of a staff that told the patient to do it and then didn't do it themselves. Talk the talk, but don't walk it.
For someone that's supposed to be a therapist and helping people, that she would bring all the stuff that, was humiliating. And
she said when the sex came to light, Pat Melody orchestrated a confrontation in an employee conference room where she was ordered to describe details of the sex.
And people don't need to know all that crap. They don't.
First to co-workers and then to her husband and teenage son, who were asked to attend without her knowledge. The event destroyed her career and pushed her towards suicide. She said her life was never the same. Hinkle won a settlement in 1990, but was required to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Most of the documents were sealed in Maricopa County Superior Court. Some, however, are now accessible to the public. A confrontation between patients and their family members in front of a larger group is still standard practice at the Meadows.
Despite the fact that she was in a literal rehab facility for substance abuse, and despite the fact that the entire media was reporting that she was in a rehab, Selena's PR reps were adamant that she had voluntarily checked herself in at the Meadows Center, and she was not there for substance issues.
Hollywood stars go to rehab literally every week, and most of them don't make an announcement.
Gomez, who Instagrammed this video of her in a dance studio on Wednesday, reportedly spent 2 weeks in a program specializing in emotional trauma and addiction for 18 to 26-year-olds. In December, she shocked fans when she canceled the Australian leg of her tour, saying, "I need to spend some time on myself in order to be the best person I can be." But some speculate Gomez's reported stress came primarily from her 3-year on and off again relationship with Justin Bieber. The singer was spotted riding a Segway with Bieber just 3 days before she apparently entered rehab.
But that didn't stop the media from reporting that she was in rehab. They should use a different word.
Guys, it's Chloe with a breaking Holly buzz. Selena Gomez's camp has just revealed that she entered rehab for 2 weeks in early January. Now, in a statement released by her camp, this is what they said. Selena voluntarily checked herself into Meadows, but not for substance abuse. So perhaps this is why she canceled her Australian tour earlier this year, to focus on herself.
So she wasn't there for a substance issue, but you have to really read into the article to know that. I mean, all these headlines are Selena Gomez at rehab, she checks into rehab. Rehab is very specifically connotated as a drug or a substance or alcohol issue. And so I believe, again, they were trying to tear down her reputation in the eyes of the public. I don't think that your reputation should be torn down for going to rehab for a substance issue. But especially back in 2013, the fact remains, the public was bloodthirsty beasts. If they see rehab, they're going to make a certain stigmatized assumption.
RadarOnline.com, though, is reporting that Selena Gomez was actually abusing the prescription drug Xanax, and that her parents were actually the ones that pushed her to seek help because they felt that she was partying way too much. But TMZ has a conflicting report that claims that, quote, that crazy boy alleging Justin Bieber is the reason why she had to seek treatment for her emotional issues.
So at the time, there were all kind of tabloids reporting, and this time it was more than just shill Mockingbird Mayloss. You know, we got TMZ and Daily Mail weighing in. And the news that Selena was in the Meadows facility would continue to circulate into the next month, February 2014. By 2 months after that, news would start to circulate that Selena had fired her mother and her stepfather as her managers, and they had served in that role since pretty much Selena's whole life, at least her mom had. On April 10th, 2014, it was reported that Selena had dropped her parents as her managers and hired a, quote, new team, which included a new manager named Aline Kashishian of Brillstein Entertainment Partners, who seems to still hold the role of Selena's manager to this very day. There's an article, and then Selena said, "I'm beyond control," which again sounds very similar to Kanye West when he fired Scooter Braun and said, "I can't be managed," on the tweet. But April 2014, the month that she fired her mother as her manager, would prove to be the month that all hell would break loose in Selena Gomez's young life. After a stressful and tumultuous year in the spotlight, including a non-substance related rehab stay, and just mere days after firing her lifelong manager mother and hiring this random new Kashishian team, Selena decided to kick her heels back at Coachella with some of her friends, or so she thought. But the snakes and the sharks were out in full force there too.
Can you think of a more romantic place to see your ex than Coachella? Hi guys, it's Crystal. So as you know, this past weekend was Coachella, and everyone's favorite on and off again couple, Justin and Selena, were seen together. So we got these photos of them two being very cozy together. As you can see, it looks like Selena almost going in for the kiss, but you can't really tell, but they are close together. I think the more important thing of this photo is, what is Justin wearing? How can Selena want to kiss him with that bonnet on his head? You can definitely tell it's Selena, and at first it's hard to see if it's Bieber because he's wearing that white hat with the glasses, but he was wearing that same outfit earlier in the day when he was performing with Chance the Rapper, so it's definitely him.
Tabloid rumors started circulating that Selena had apparently found some kind of inappropriate pictures of her friend Kylie Jenner on Justin Bieber's phone.
It's Holly Buzz with Bonnie
and Chloe.
Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez are, looks like, pretty much officially broken up again, and we think it has to do with Kylie Jenner.
Bonnie, if you remember, Selena, Kylie, and Kendall all went to Coachella together. It's a music festival that they have in Indio, California. They looked to be best friends. They were posting away photos on Instagram, and then Selena suddenly unfollowed every single person on Instagram, including the Jenners. That's when we knew something was up.
Now what we found out is that Selena caught wind of a rumor that Kylie had made out with Justin Bieber, but then we learned exclusively at Hollywood Life that Kylie had actually sent some sexy photos to Justin on his phone, and that Selena actually found them. And she totally freaked out, and then she cut off all her ties to Kendall and Kylie.
Bonnie, since this happened, Justin actually unfollowed Selena on Instagram, which is the biggest unofficial breakup announcement that there can be. But at HollywoodLife.com, we've actually learned that they aren't together anymore. They have split.
Not only that, but Kylie continues to follow Justin, and she actually publicly liked one of his hunky photos, and that is sure to really piss off Selena.
Different separate rumors started circulating about about somebody, maybe it was Selena, walking in on Justin doing some certain acts with Kendall Jenner while at the actual Coachella festival.
Now, Life and Style magazine is even reporting that Selena walked in on Justin and Kendall having sex at the festival, but take that one with a grain of salt.
Kendall took to Instagram to post this black and white blurry photo of a couple in bed together, which she removed from her account 9 hours later.
And these are sisters, so one rumor is about Kylie, one rumor is about Kendall. I don't know if any of them's true.
Regardless, our source at HollywoodLife.com tells us that Selena is furious about this entire thing. She can't believe that Kendall acted like her best friend, and the entire time she was possibly sleeping with Justin behind her back. This is like a soap opera, guys. Now, maybe this entire thing is why Selena was spotted at the Met Ball crying on Kris Jenner's Kate's shoulder. Now, remember, this isn't the first time that Selena's had a heart-to-heart with Kris, but that is so awkward. Now, consider this. Life and Style magazine is also reporting that Kris actually is the one who pushed Kendall to date Justin in the first place because she thought it was going to help Kendall's modeling career. Well, let's be honest, it hasn't hurt one bit. Vogue, anyone?
But I do know that Kylie and Kendall were pretending to be Selena's friends at the time, so it would have been a big betrayal for both of them to stab her in the back by trying to do some stuff with her boyfriend. Now, I think it's very important to point out here that Chloe Shill Marie Malos over there at the HollywoodLife.com had all this supposed insider information about somebody finding the pics on the phone and somebody walking in on somebody home wrecking in a tent. But when you really think about it, like, who actually could have even known that?
Yeah, right.
Either it's a bold-faced lie based on nothing, or somebody extremely close to the situation was actually leaking this information to Chloe or her boss Bonnie Fuller, like in real time. In my opinion, Chloe's shill pieces were directly contributing to the strife and turmoil directed at Selena Gomez, but what do I know? I mean, think about it. She was at the height of her come-up, and the mics just ain't working. She's not allowed to use Instagram, then all of a sudden she gets rid of her family from her management team, hires some Armenian lady, and now both of the Jenner sisters, who are supposed to be Selena's friends, are reportedly trying to home wreck with her only other long-term relationship in the industry and love of her life, Justin Bieber. All on her come-up, too, right as she was breaking records in the pop world, girl. So at this point, I started to form the suspicion that someone in this Kar Jenner camp might have a specific, deliberate, vested interest in sabotaging Selena Gomez, or getting her out of the way somehow. But that's just a suspicion. Anyway, in the aftermath of the whole Coachella fiasco, Selena broke up with Justin Bieber over those Kylie pictures, and then she unfollowed both Kylie and Kendall because both of them were reportedly rumoredly home wrecking. Now, this would lead Selena and Justin to breaking up after they had been dating for years, 4 years in fact. They would eventually be back together within a couple months, but while they were broken up, from after this whole Coachella debacle, Selena was spotted with Orlando Bloom, who it appears is another one of Kashishian's clients.
Selena Gomez and Orlando Bloom, they revenge screwing? We got a photo of Selena and Orlando Bloom together outside of the Chelsea Handler show in Los Angeles on Saturday night. Bloom's face, he's obviously like, what? And as soon as the pictures were taken, Orlando bounced. And this isn't the first photo of Bloom and Gomez together. There's another Instagram photo out there of his arm all over Selena. What's interesting about this is that Justin and Miranda were both at the 2012 Victoria's Secret fashion show, and some reports are saying that they got a little close, and take the word little out, some reports are saying they got very close.
Now, there's this whole entire side plot drama love triangle rectangle with Miranda Kerr and Justin Bieber and Selena and Orlando because Justin supposedly hooked up with Miranda at a Victoria's Secret fashion show while Miranda was apparently still married to Orlando, which led to Orlando and Justin later getting to a physical confrontation where one of them's punching the other one in the face in Ibiza and the whole thing. But like I said, that's just a sideshow.
I'll tell you why. Justin actually avoided her. Yep, Justin and Miranda were at the same fashion party, and Justin chatted up Kim Kardashian to avoid Miranda. Guess if you gotta pick a hiding spot, you couldn't ask for a better one.
The only reason I bring it up is because it seems like Orlando, Miranda, and Selena were all sharing management at this time. Eileen Kashishian. Anyway, Justin and Selena break up, briefly, in the spring of 2014 after the whole Kar Jenner Coachella debacle. By summer, they get back together because they love each other, and they didn't want these scheming witches to tear them apart. So they're back together. And it becomes pretty obvious to me at this point that the entire Kar Jenner clan was desperately trying to get their talons and their fangs into Justin Bieber, but that's just my opinion. This is where I started to wonder whether the attempted sabotage of Selena Gomez relationship was merely just a means to an end. for the Kardashian-Jenner witches to get Selena out of the way and sink their teeth and talons further into Justin Bieber. So you have a separate video coming out on all this, so I won't get too in the weeds. But it was back in December 2013 that Justin Bieber was in some legal trouble down in Miami for drag racing.
Heard all the stories with Justin Bieber speeding down the freeways, with getting in fights with neighbors, smoking pot in Newport Beach. But we're being told is it's not like he's trying to grow up. It's that he's really suffering from a case of a broken heart. And, we've talked to people that are close to him, and they're all saying that when Selena broke up with him in Mexico, left out their trip in December, it really broke his heart, and he's been trying to recover from that, and he's not able to. And that is why he's acting out in certain manners, getting behind the wheel and driving crazy and fighting with people. It's because he's torn apart from the whole thing. Apparently, she's still contacting him on a daily basis, sending him text messages. He even showed up at her house last week for a little bit and hasn't been there since. And it's just messing with his mind. That's what we're hearing.
Have you ever talked with Selena Gomez and discussed your feelings about paparazzis with her? Don't ask me about her again. Sir.
Move on to another. Don't ask me about her again.
And Kourtney Kardashian decided to purchase the house right next to Justin and become his neighbor. By April 2014, Justin was next door neighbors with at least one of the Kar-Jenners. And by December that very year, Kourtney would give birth to her son, Rain Disick. And y'all probably saw the rumors circulating lately about the potential paternity of this child.
This is my favorite Kardashian conspiracy theory that lives on to this day. It's Kourtney Kardashian's third child, Rain, not a Disick, but actually a Bieber. The internet believes so strongly that Justin Bieber and Kourtney Kardashian had a baby together because they had a famous rendezvous right around the time that Rain would have been conceived. Even Ellen was on her case about it.
Does Justin Bieber help with the kids at all, or? No. That's the rumor. I know y'all are just friends, right? Or are you really dating him?
We're friends.
You're friends?
Yes.
Why are you smiling that way?
We're friends.
The strongest piece of evidence is how shockingly similar Rain and Justin look. Before I even knew this theory, anytime I would see Rain, I would think, he looks like Justin Bieber. If he grows out his hair into the Bieber swoop and starts singing Baby and sounds just like Justin, I'm calling Mari. It's actually so fucked up because any video online of Rain gets flooded with comments about, he looks like Justin, Rain Bieber. Scott and Kourtney had a major breakup in 2014, and if you remember on the show, that's when Scott went away to rehab, so he was out of the picture for a while. Kourtney and Scott in their tumultuous relationship, though, were definitely known to seek revenge on each other. So in this picture with Justin, he's hiding the woman's face, and his caption was, Lord knows, and everyone knows Scott calls himself the Lord. Theory has been cited to allegedly get under Scott's nerves a lot, and he even allegedly asked Kourtney to get a DNA test to confirm that Rain is his, but she would not. And the craziest part of this theory is that Scott and Kourtney broke up for the final time 6 months after Rain was born.
So if Rain was born in December 2014, that means Kourtney would have had to become pregnant in the first half of 2014. And the entire first half of 2014, she was living next door to Justin Bieber. Things to think about. I'm not saying that kid is his. Clearly literally nobody knows for sure because Kourtney apparently refused to take a paternity test, but honestly, we should ask Mari to weigh in one last time. Anyway, like I said, this is a story about Selena Marie Gomez, so let's get back to her. So she's back together with Justin, and this is where my Lou Taylor senses started to tingle. On August 11th, 2014, Selena Gomez was spotted out and about in Lou Taylor's stomping grounds, Brentwood, Tennessee. 2 months later, in October 2014, it was reported that Selena was working with another Armenian momager, this time Kris Jenner.
It's like Selena Gomez is trading her mom in for none other than Kris Jenner, as there are reports that she is ready to bring on the world's most famous momager, Kris Jenner, to be in charge of her career. In case you guys hadn't heard the news, the Come and Get It singer recently fired her mom, Mandy Teefey, who had been managing Selena's career since her Disney days, you guys. Super sad split. And it sounds like it was a very bitter exit as well, as Selena's mom didn't even know it was happening until TMZ reported it. Ouch. Anyway, now Selena making the move to Kris as manager wouldn't be a huge surprise, as she's been seen hanging out with Kendall and Kylie a ton lately. I mean, did you guys see all their Coachella pics? But anyway, according to a source, Selena thinks it would be, quote, best to stay close to people who are managing her friends' careers, which is exactly why Selena's search for new management is reportedly down to Kris Jenner or Scooter Braun, as in the guy behind Justin Bieber.
A couple months goes by, and it seems like maybe Selena has patched up her relationship with Kendall Jenner, who apparently convinced her to go to Dubai to celebrate the New Year's Eve festivities. But while Selena went to Dubai, Justin Bieber did not join her, which left Justin all alone with the opportunistic mole rat in waiting, Hailey biding her time Baldwin. Anyway, a bunch of other stuff happens during this time.
But look at this. Kylie and Selena spent a girls' weekend together in Napa, California.
But for the sake of this video, let's skip it all and travel to the summer of 2016, when one of Selena's friends, a recording artist named Christina Grimmie, tragically, unexpectedly passed away.
As many of you guys know, YouTube megastar and Voice alum Christina Grimmie was fatally reportedly shot and killed at her Orlando meet and greet on Friday evening.
Her tragic death at a concert venue in Orlando nearly a week ago was lost in the barrage of other violent headlines. Christina Grimmie, the rising young voice star, gunned down at a performance.
Please come to the show if you live near Orlando, Florida.
It ended at 10 p.m. Afterwards, some fans got an up-close meet and greet with the star. These photos capturing those moments. But then
3 gunshots went off.
Pop, 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 pop.
I was traumatized. I didn't know what was going on. I was in shock. I didn't know what to do.
A man in the crowd shot the singer at point blank. Grimmie's brother, Mark, who often appeared with her on YouTube, tackled the gunman, who then shot and killed himself in the struggle.
Her brother's a hero for saving and stopping him, for not hurting anyone else.
During a performance in June 2016, Selena actually broke down on stage crying over the passing of her friend Christina.
I don't really understand how this really happened, but I would like to dedicate this next song to her.
A few months later, August 2016, we get a deja vu from 2013 when Selena announces yet again that she's taking some time off from music and from performing to seek some type of treatment. But apparently, whatever she experienced in that center was nothing short of traumatizing, which we've seen. The center reportedly took her phone, and she was having horrendous panic attacks from the treatment she was receiving. It was also reported that she was experiencing night terrors, which led her to have to read her Bible every single night before she went to bed. By the next month, September 2016, Hollywood gossip reiterates these rumors, reporting that Selena was in rehab, felt like hell, and wanted to leave.
Selena Gomez is in rehab. Or maybe she isn't. She hates rehab? No, wait, she loves it. Okay, it's time for some Hollybuzz Rumor Patrol. Hey guys, it's Allie for HollywoodLife.com, and as you know, Sel is still in the Brookhaven Retreat Center in Tennessee, which is being described by some as a rehab clinic, but others as a treatment center for mental health. Regardless, we have found out that her program is typically 90 days and costs a whopping $147,000. Well, get this. In Touch is now claiming that Sel's stay in the clinic is really about her excessive partying and drinking that caused a, quote, downward spiral. They claim that Selena hates it there and that when the actual effects of detoxing hit her body, she started complaining. They added that Selena keeps saying that she feels like hell and wants to leave the facility. Everyone is worried. This is an odd report considering Selena's reps told us that she was at the facility for treatment of anxiety and depression complicated by her lupus diagnosis, not for substance abuse. Regardless, however, Selena has now been in treatment for 2 months, and we hear from insiders at the facility that the treatment gets the hardest around the 3rd month. Counter to all that, though, the Daily Mail has, of course, obtained photos of Selena enjoying a cigarette and looking very happy outside the clinic. But bad news there, too. Our medical experts are telling us that smoking complicates and increases the negative effects of lupus.
And the next month, she's back in Lou Taylor's stomping grounds in Nashville. Here's a picture of her taken at the Riverstone Grill in Nashville on October 9th, 2016. A few days later, Stylecaster confirmed that Selena was, in fact, at a rehab near Lou Taylor's operations, and not only in proximity, but also in style and effect. In this October 13, 2016 article, Stylecaster confirmed that Selena Gomez is in a long-term rehab in Tennessee. All I hear is insurance cash register sounds, girl. The Tennessee Shuffle. And this rehab was apparently a Christian-based rehab with horse therapy, which is definitely 2 things Britney has been subjected to, so I don't know if there was something in common or not. But in late August, Selena had given a quote to her fans, and it was said the following, quote, "I want to be proactive and focus on maintaining my health and happiness, and I've decided that the best way forward is to take some time off. Thank you to all my fans for your support. You know how special you are to me, but I need to face this head on to ensure I'm doing everything possible to be my best. I know I'm not alone by sharing this. I hope others will be encouraged to address their own issues." But it actually does seem like this rehab ended up doing way more harm than good, because Selena absolutely hated it there and was having horrific nightmares the whole time. Here's another article from the same month. One night she had horrific nightmares, and ever since then she's been reading the Bible before she goes to sleep. The next year is March. There's reports in October 2016 she's in a long-term rehab, and then in March the next year she was in rehab still 6 months. And wanted to leave. A whole year later, rehab again. This time she stopped drinking and participated in some Privé Suisse wellness program. I don't know what that is, where it came from. I won't speculate, but I'm concerned. Literally, oh my God, it went on for years. October 2018, she's put on a forced psychiatric hold at Cedars-Sinai, which is where they put Brittany on her first psychiatric hold before they put her at the UCLA a few months later. Now, one of the places that she was staying at was reportedly Brookhaven, and I have 2 pages of stuff on this. We're not going to go over it all because it's already too long, but just suffice it to say, somebody had escaped from one of these rehab centers that Selena Gomez was staying at. I don't know if it was when she was staying there. I really don't know what the timeline is, but the treatment the woman was receiving was so bad, she literally ran away. That means she was being held there against her will. How do you run away from something you're allowed to leave? She ran away. She was missing from the rehab, not Selena, just some other person who was staying there at the Brookhaven facility in 2019. What's going on at this place? That Selena Gomez, one of the most delightful and agreeable people on planet Earth, hated it and wanted to leave and was so miserable.
And this is in Tennessee.
We begin tonight with a 10 News investigation. We have learned the owner of an exclusive treatment center for women owes the IRS millions. Brookhaven Retreat in Blount County near Seymour is what we're talking about. It closed abruptly on March 5th, forcing clients to leave and some 40 employees to go without pay. Owner Jacqueline Dawes claimed circumstances beyond our control closed the doors of that high-dollar treatment center. Now, 10 News has learned she owes more than $4 million in federal taxes, and the IRS has filed a lien on Brookhaven and her mansion in Knox County. At the same time, clients say she still owes them tens of thousands of dollars.
John, this treatment center catered to an exclusive clientele. It cost $50,000 a month. Now we've learned the IRS filed the liens just days after Dawes closed shop.
To be comfortable in your own skin and to be happy on a day-to-day basis.
It advertised as one of the best women's treatment centers in the country, catering to wealthy, even famous clients.
We're here to protect your dignity, your privacy, your individuality.
But now, weeks after its doors were abruptly closed, documents show the operator of Brookhaven Retreat, Jacqueline Dawes, owes the government more than $4 million in back taxes. The IRS has filed liens against the Blount County property and Dawes' 18-acre personal mansion in southeast Knox County.
It's about liars and thieves stealing money from innocent people.
Charmaine Nichols is an attorney who sued Dawes and won.
I wish I could say I was surprised.
Since Brookhaven closed, she says she's heard from some 20 people, clients and workers, who say Dawes owes them thousands.
The patients are at the most vulnerable period of their lives.
The treatment wasn't cheap, $50 grand a month. And she says Dawes pushed hard for clients to stay at least 90 days.
And some of these people, it was their life savings. They've second mortgaged houses.
Now she says Dawes hasn't paid them and has left town. We tried to reach her but didn't hear back. Her mansion is up for sale, listed for $8.4 million. But Nichols says she doesn't think her Florida client is ever going to see his money.
Right near Louise Mary Taylor, who's Kris Jenner's friend and business associate, who manages Justin Bieber. Who is Justin Bieber's business manager? Who is the Kardashians' business manager? Who effectuated the Cody sale for Kylie Jenner? Literally, the exact same day that the Kylie and Cody purchase agreement was signed, like where they formally, officially signed their agreement, that exact same day, November 18th, 2019, CNN shill of the decade, Chloe Malos, was defending the valuation on CNN. Now, why on earth were they asking Chloe Malos about the valuation of Kylie Cosmetics? That's a very interesting thing to ask Chloe Malos. Anyway.
I want to ask you about the valuation, right? The sticker price. Is it worth it? What has she built here?
100% it's worth it. I mean, first of all, like you said, she is the youngest self-made billionaire. Forbes named her this just this past year. I mean, I think that we've seen just this astronomical rocket ship that she has been tied to with her success. You know, she's going to stay on in the company with a creative role, and that social role is so important that you mentioned. She has 150 million followers.
150
on
million.
Instagram, okay?
Who's in charge of Prince's estate, which is under investigation by the IRS, and who's also connected to P. Diddy. Then 2019, this whole rehab thing, she's in and out of rehabs for literally years. From 2014 to 2019, in and out, in and out. I don't know if she ever left. Did they let her leave just to perform and then put her back in? We really don't know. But in September 2019, she received some type of award from the McLean Hospital. And the McLean Hospital, this is just a side note, but the McLean Hospital, since we are talking about the web, is where Dr. Timothy Benson worked for some time. Dr. Timothy Benson is the one who died, who Britney Spears thanked God, fell to her knees and thanked the Lord when the man died because of the abuse that she alleges he put her through at the Bridges to Recovery Center.
Just moments ago, Jamie Spears releasing a lengthy statement to CNN saying that this is a loss for his daughter, Britney Spears, maintaining that he has always acted in her best interest.
Hi, my name's Britney Spears. I called you earlier, but I'm calling again because I just wanted to make sure during the process of ending the conservatorship that my father has threatened me several times that, he'll take my children away.
Dr. Timothy Benson was the psychiatrist responsible for Britney Spears' care. He died suddenly as the case of her conservatorship is coming to the forefront.
It's a dark side of success.
It is really pleasant to hear all the great memories we've all lived with Tim.
We see on television some of the demise that we see in terms of the crashes and burns.
Recognizing not only his part here on the earth, but also the part that goes beyond the earth.
You have to understand that what got you there won't necessarily keep you.
We think it's really sad that someone could be working so hard for so long and not have that gratification.
So Selena Gomez is receiving awards from that hospital literally the same exact year that man died. That's not really like fully related to this story, but it's just a side note that I wanted to tack on. And then, fast forward to today, Justin Bieber, bless his heart, love him, do love him to death. No one can disparage him either over here on this channel, but he don't appear to be doing too good. It doesn't appear like he is on the best side of health and happiness. And if you just listen to any song that has been in the top, hit charts from Selena or Justin in the last few years, they all kind of seem like they're obviously about each other. Is anybody really truly out here really honestly gonna try and argue with me? Justin and Selena Gomez weren't pulled apart by this industry. Tell me.
Leave it in the comments.
Tell me Justin Bieber with a straight face. Let me hook you up to a lie detector test and tell me Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez don't still to this day kind of still want to be with each other. Hook me up to a lie detector test. Why is it still in 2022 we got all these viral TikTok? And if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life.
Allegedly, he was liking those TikToks of old pictures of Selena. And allegedly.
The boy is still in love with the girl, and the girl is still in love with the boy in this essay, I will. But they're both having to play pretend for these Hollywood weirdos, in my opinion, including but not limited to whatever in the hell species that Benny Blanco is. Come on, y'all. Are we really gonna sit here and play pretend? Like anything at all whatsoever is normal or natural about this relationship? I just want to talk about one TikTok and then I'm leaving. But there's this TikTok where Benny Blanco, who doesn't look very well nourished, if you ask me, is trying to sell a cookbook. And he's up on the front cover of the cookbook in his jester clown overalls. And I don't know, pretending like I don't like taking advice from people that it doesn't look like they have the advice to give. The man doesn't look in any way like I want to take his advice on anything he's doing. To be honest, he actually has a pretty decent style and he picks out cool furniture, but the picture's in his damn apartment.
To me, this room has so many powerful pieces of art in it. This one is Picasso. And then that one's Martin Wong. I just feel like there's so much energy in this room. Oh my God, I sound like one of those people. Oh my God, that's crazy.
He's got Podesta paintings. Did he just go pick those up right from the Podesta pool? I'm just curious. He got pictures of naked toddlers in his living room, paintings. The man is weird. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be gaslit. My gaslit era is done and over with. I don't care how many daytime, nighttime, middle of the daytime shows you wanna put this man on. I don't care how many side crooked mouth ass Drew Barrymore interviews you want to put this man on. It don't matter how many View hosts he can make laugh. Something's wrong with him. Something is amiss. Okay.
Dude, you know what I was thinking about? So we were in a party the other night, and usually if one of us has to shit at the party, we go in with each other and we just talk bullshit, smoke weed while we're taking a shit. So he's taking a shit.
Lines,
yeah, so he's taking a shit, and I'm sitting there. He's where you're sitting, and he's taking a shit, and I'm sitting on a bathtub, and I was like, oh my God, it'd be so amazing if there was I was like, I'm gonna build us a toilet, a bathroom where you could take a shit and I could take a shit, and we could just be sitting right across from each other while we're sitting. It would be incredible. Just two toilets facing each other. See, oh my God, when I was a kid, one of my friends pissed in my mouth, as a joke. Dude, we used to do crazy shit, just for fun. You tasted piss before?
Yeah, I'm sure.
But there's this one TikTok where The man comes on screen and he's like pretending like he's gonna cook this recipe he made up. Can't even remember the recipe, gotta look at his own cookbook just to kind of remind you to buy it.
I can't even remember my own cream spinach recipe.
And he's like, I'm gonna make, and he never says her name. He's always just saying my girlfriend. It's almost like he made the tapes some time ago.
If you're not making homemade croutons, you're an idiot.
And they're just kind of like, you know, we're planning on just like putting somebody, assigning him somebody. Like, why you can't say her damn name? I don't know. My girlfriend. I'm making my girlfriend some dinner, some snack or something. And then halfway through, he's like, she's working all day. She's gonna be working all day, so I'm gonna go bring her some food. And then he shows up at her house, breaks and enters, in my opinion, just goes in, looking around for her with his little thing of steak, and she's asleep. So he goes into her room, doesn't wake her up, and he's telling me, he's shushing me with them teeth and that nose. There's hair coming out of his nose. Why does he have the phone up to his nose hairs? Shushing us and showing us a sleeping Selena Gomez. Like, can you imagine? I would be horrified.
Also, I don't think I want steak first thing when I wake up. And what time of day was this at?
And then the note he wrote her says, I love you, sleep well, enjoy the steak or some shit. Is she gonna go back to sleep again? What's making her so sleepy? I thought he said she was working. And why did he just bust into her house? And that's fine. You know, I could even say, like, you know, you're dating somebody, they have a key to your house, no problem. They come in to check on you. Maybe you're sick, you're sleeping, no problem, none of that. Why do I have to be assaulted with Benny Blanco's nose hairs and tooth gap and see sleeping, slumbering Selena Gomez? Millions of people are gonna see that. Sleeping. That's not normal. That's f***ed up. Something's wrong with this. I'm not gonna be gaslit. This is not cute. No, it's not. And you know what? I'm not gonna even say any specifics, but what I will say is she posted a politically unpopular Instagram post, and then just maybe 1-2 days later, it was announced she was dating this. What even is he? Like Comperchico clown? He looks like the Comperchicos got a hold of him in his youth. If you know, you know. If you don't, read The Man Who Laughs. I'm worried about Selena Gomez, but you know what? I hope she's the happiest that she's ever been. And I hope one day she's able to actually be with the person who she does love more than anyone else in this world, which relationship was artificially interfered with by a certain group of people, including Chloe Maylos. That's my opinion. In this essay, I will or I did. Everything is speculation. Please don't contact anybody mentioned in this video. Disclaimer. I wish no harm to befall anyone. These are opinions. I wasn't there. This is a mockumentary. This is hyperbole. This is comedy. None of these people have ever spoken to me except for Chloe Maylos through her bodyguard, who did not damn know how to act. Hello, everybody. We're already having problems with security. Are you surprised? So we're out here exercising our First Amendment right to observe the court hearing, and we're actually very concerned that security is going to try to keep us out of this line. So I do want to just video it all. The media wants the Free Britney movement out of their shot. So they haven't come up and told me that, but we're live just in case. Yeah, no, they were like, oh, no, don't get right there because you're going to be in the shot.
No, I wasn't in the shot.
Y'all should have got y'all shot earlier.
I wasn't in the shot. When you talk to ignorance, that's how you talk.
Look at this man. He's so mad. I'm asserting my constitutional rights and he can't do anything about it.
You can sit here all day.
I will be sitting all day. Why are you talking to me?
Sit here all day.
Y'all, I'm just here trying to sit in line for court and I'm being harassed. Are you being harassed? Look at this man. He won't stop talking to me. Talking about he don't speak English. He don't speak English, but he's still talking to me in English. Okay. Ugly looking. Gonna be in that court though, baby. Chloe Maylos' security right here. He don't speak English according to him, but he's speaking English. It's just that like the news media and the security has a real big problem that we're here. That's what's going on. I don't get it.
I was nice to you.
Actually, Chloe Maylos did try to... We talked through Zoom, and she also texted me to try and, like, pick up the shit she dropped. She lied. Chloe Maylos lied.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good.
Anyway, I'll do a whole video about Chloe Maylos one day, but let it be known, she lied to my damn face and said she was interviewing us for a CNN piece, but really what she was doing was gathering intel to see what we knew and didn't know, and then she was like, oh no, it's actually gonna air on HLN, which it also never did. Then I called her out on it, and she was texting me to my personal phone. Maybe just for fun, I'll put the screenshots up here. She was trying to tell me what schedule I needed to follow because she was in Italy. Bitch, get off vacation if you want to do work. Why was she in Italy, girl? I don't know. Maybe she was over there with and doing the... I mean, girl, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what she was doing in Italy, girl. But anyway, that's all I really had for today. Justice for Selena Gomez. Vaccine defamation. Love you, mean it. Okay, bye.
Before he posted this video, as you can see down here, there's another video of his son. I'm going to crop this child's face out and mute his voice, but I want you guys to read the subtitles of what this child is saying. It is so crazy to me how many people are unaware of the Benny Blanco scandal that happened a year and a half ago. And I have honestly never seen a scandal suppressed like this in real time. And I probably wouldn't have even believed it unless I saw it happening in real time and had the receipts, the screenshots, other people who had seen it to confirm. So if you don't know what we're talking about, you can go to this comment and go to the video I explain that Benny Blanco in 2022 posted his child completely naked on TikTok and wouldn't delete it. We also talk about some other inappropriate content that Benny Blanco posted of his child that is still up on his page today. But what's crazy to me is the people in this comment section who are trying to gaslight me and say that he doesn't have a child. It's well documented that he has a child. This was one of the first times that Benny Blanco posted his child all the way back in 2020, and that child is still up on his TikTok to this day. So he very much is a father, and he very much posted that child nude on this app and would not take the video down, and it had to be taken down by the app for him. When this scandal first happened, there was a lot of commotion about it, especially from the child safety creators on this app who were calling it out. I shouted out Sierra in my last video, who was the one who brought it to my attention. But when this scandal happened, there was articles about it, there were tweets about it, there were Reddit threads about it, and now they are like wiped, gone. If the Wayback Machine did not exist, and if screenshots did not exist, this scandal would have just completely disappeared. Benny Blanco did a very bad thing in 2022, and he never took accountability for it, and I don't respect that.
Backtrack. And you should've kept my name out your mouth. Ask Steve-O how it all turned out when you tried to use my name